All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to week 2, day 1 of the HPL. We are here with the technical alpha of Heroes of the Storm, Forkor Jester, and the Kevin Naki. We have seen some amazing games. We have seen Tuark Iliad taking on Glorious. Congratulations to Glorious. We have seen My Insanity with an insane team comp, just absolutely dominating the Haunted Mines up against Playing with Pain is Pain. So they're going to put some points up on the board. Up next, Vexx Gaming versus Symbiote. I hear Symbiote has some really interesting team comps going through their game history.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, last time wasn't so bad. I mean, they had a pick of Tychus, Arthas, Tacit, Arterial, and Malfurion. Like, Malfurion was the only one in there that's a tiny bit weird, but I mean, it's pretty safe. So they have done some weird stuff in their other matchups, but specifically in the HPL so far, it's been all pretty standard.
All pretty standard. Hashtag standard. So, this next game, do you think it's just going to continue with the standard? Are we going to get a new meta? I know it's all about the Hunt Trixler, but hey, that Metamorphosis did so good.
It really did. It really did. I mean, that was definitely a team fight Illidan. I'd like to see that again. Now, I am always up for weird comps, especially that's as early in its development as Heroes is right now. Like, my hope is always to see something non-standard. Yeah, we'll probably see big stun wombo combos. Yeah, we're probably going to see a Tychus either banned or picked at some point. But I would really like to see what we saw last time. Let's get some Illidans in there. Let's get some Sergeant Hammers, some Novas. I don't care, man. Let's make something weird.
Man after my own heart. I got my level 10 Master Sergeant Hammer ready to go for the Master Skin. Come on, Blizzard. I know you want to give me one. I know. I would love to see a Sergeant Hammer get mixed up in all this, but unfortunately, it's just I know. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. But hey,
trust me, I know.
Who knows? This draft might actually have it. So speaking of it, let's get into it. You ready, sir?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
All right. So this was so both these guys, Vexx had a draw last week. Unfortunately, they couldn't get matched up. There were some players that were missing as well, so they weren't able to play their game. So they are technically 0-0-1. Symbiote is 1-0 right now, and they actually had a really cool game on Blackheart's Bay last week where they sent a Tychus to split push bot the entire time, and they won basically every 4v5 engagement they came up against in the early game, which snowballed them hard. So we'll see if we get some clever play there. But look at this. Bands of Uther and Zeratul.
Zeratul is an interesting band in my eyes, but hey, he, as I said, back in the day, Trixler brought up the Void Prison. He started nailing people outside of the fights, collapsing. You win the 2v5, you then win the 3v5, and it becomes a great thing. Before that was all Shadow Assault. It's just like, why would we ever use this prison? Now with this ban, maybe Symbiote Gaming knows something that they don't, or maybe they're afraid of that Void Prison because of this upcoming comp. We're going to have to see.
Yep, that's very possible. And already starting with normal picks, though, from either side. Surprised to see Brightwing first picked, to be totally honest, from Symbiote Gaming. Let's see if their team comp is going to revolve around that. Well, it kind of does already, actually. So taking a step back, Tychus on Vexx, not much more needs to be said there. Probably the best hero in the game right now. Incredible sustained damage. Yeah, trash tier. I'm sorry. Yeah, actually trash tier. Just you never see him.
That's gonna be a thing.
Oh my God, I can't. But on the other side, I kind of get it a little bit already, right? So you have Brightwing and you have Falstad. Falstad can fly, Brightwing can jump in. So you have the potential of pushing 2 lanes while letting 3 members of your team defend. And then when you have the engagement actually happen, everyone else can pop back in. So that's kind of a cool combo to start with.
I got to give shout out here, though, to Solid right now. He does have that Tychus for his team, but Solid, of course, did do casting in week 1, day 1 with Solid Jake. They became Team Solid. I don't know how they managed it, but hey, I mean, worlds collide sometimes. And I got to give a quick shout out to him because he did some fantastic work last week. We're going to actually get to see him firsthand, however, in this game, because with that Tychus, we have Tassadar and Rhaegar to join with that. And again, very common theme of picks today.
Yes, I mean, if Uther's not going to be your pick for a healer, you're probably going to see Brightwing or Rhaegar at an outside chance, maybe Malfurion, maybe even like Tyrande as a second support for extra healing, just if you need the extra stuns. So I'm not too surprised at this. Again, between Tychus and Tassadar, they're probably 2 of the 3 best champs in the game right now. Rhaegar is a special. I love playing Rhaegar recently. The fact that he can get in and actually can build some relatively decent damage on top of having a very strong chain heal is appealing to me. Surprised, though, no Warriors, no Arthas yet.
Not yet, but hey, that's what this next round of picks could reveal with the Brightwing, with the Falstad. Wow, we're gonna actually get the Battle Cow out here. Oh,
whoa!
And an Abathur. Hello, Noodles.
Woo, I'm looking forward to this. So not only Abathur, which is, of course, a great pick. I think it's a very strong hero that once people figure out some dedicated strategies for, is going to become a lot more prevalent. His symbiote ability is so strong at taking over lanes. If you're mobile with him all across the map, you can gain ridiculous amounts of experience. And of course, just having double Tychus or double Falstad in a fight is crazy. But the real pick here to me is ETC. You don't see him as much as a lot of the other warriors out there, but I love him. His displacement is great. His mosh pit, if you can successfully land it, is a game changer. It ends fights.
It definitely can. And I know I've definitely been doing a little bit of gaming out there with the one, the only, the Total Biscuit, but he absolutely loves ETC. He will swear by ETC to his grave. So I have the confidence in it if they have confidence in it, but the counter picks are pretty strong here from Vexx.
Yeah, so we have Kerrigan and Diablo because obviously once ETC goes into his mosh pit, if he gets disrupted, the mosh pit ends. So Kerrigan can jump in pretty easily and stop ETC. So can Diablo with his Apocalypse. It's actually a great counter to mosh pit, in my opinion.
Yeah, the Apocalypse will definitely get you out of it. Icebox, you know, with that Kerrigan, you might be able to leap in and get it off in a Q system, but it's very, very unlikely. The other option you're going to get is that grenade coming out from Tychus, yep. So especially if you take the range. The range grenade can really play havoc with an ETC, but conversely, if ETC can get the Diablo and get the Tychus into a mosh pit, that could be that fight right there.
Right. That's absolutely right. I mean, ETC is always a game changer for the positive or for the negative for your team. Because if you whiff on a big mosh pit, your team doesn't have much of a fighting ability soon. Actually, as we can see from the comp, who's the last pick? Cigar. Okay, so they have a little bit more CC now. I was worried if this was just going to be ETC, where were their stuns going to come from? But of course, Zagara with her Devouring Maw means that Falstad will have someone else that he can combo on top of.
Right, so I actually do have insider info on this, but I'm going to keep it to myself. But this is not a game that we are expecting. I will say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people are actually spoiling it a bit in the chat. Shame on you guys. But yeah, coming into the Zagara, definitely great for the siege. Can definitely hold her own in a 1v1, but she is susceptible to ganks because she doesn't have those very important escape mechanisms, and that's going to be game. So, Garden of Terror, Mr. Kevin Naki. Shall we get into it?
Let's get started here in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, well, I'm not looking at chat because I do not want to be spoiled on this game because this is a slightly non-traditional team comp coming out here, and I want to see what they're going to do with it. So, okay, on one side here for Team Vexx, we have Solid, we have Warby, we have Cheer Up Emo Kids, Icebox, and Sage.
Definitely a good team. I'm just looking at everybody here at this point.
No worries. And on the other side, of course, for Team Symbiote, we have KO, we have Dreadnought, we have Arthalon, we have Soldier, and we have Mad Timmy. So
that's a Master Abathur. And a Master Brightwing.
Yeah. I love that Brightwing skin. That's awesome.
And that's a hippie ETC. Yeah.
Which we're always happy to see. Yes. All right, so bit of a scuffle here in the beginning, but Arthalon doing a nice job of putting down early vision, explicitly using those creep tumors for that. Such a powerful play out of Zagara.
Yeah, mobile wards. I mean, for a game without wards, anything that you can do to grant your team vision is obviously going to give you a little bit more of an upper hand. That's why we see Clairvoyance taken so often on Uthers. But unfortunately, Uther banned today, so no Clairvoyance for them. But still, mobile wards coming out will lead you to getting tipped off to a lot of mobile gank squads, which, this top lane, Warby and Icebox, they're looking for this opportunity on Kaio.
They are, as a matter of fact, and if Kerrigan gets a good stun, they may be able to go in on this. Of course, if Kerrigan can land the stun, then Tychus dashes in, uses his grenade to bounce him back, and that's where most of their damage comes from. But it doesn't look like he's going to bite on it. KO is actually being pushed back in this lane pretty effectively. Pushed back or playing it safe? I mean, playing it safe and soaking and getting a little bit of push is much better than dying, but the roam comp is actually going to be finding Dreadnought does get the symbiote into him. Symbiote gaming. But, that Abathur is going to be enough just to deter any kind of further interactions here. You got to really
give it to Abathur is because he is so strong right now. He's gone up and down in the meta, but he can really turn a fight around.
I think Abathur is incredibly underrated right now. I think he is a fantastic hero that's going to find a lot of success in team comps coming up pretty soon. So Knight has spawned. That means the seeds are up. They are spawning. We can grab those. We'll see if a Garden Terror will be pushed here in a bit. But for Zagara, though, Zagara has played pretty well through the course of this game. That failed gank attempt earlier on by Vexx, Zagara actually did about 40% damage to both Kerrigan and Rhaegar before they had to back off, just with a couple of abilities, while simultaneously avoiding Kerrigan. So good awareness of the map, keeping those creep tumors up. Good work, Zagara.
All right, Arthelon, you're getting some words of encouragement here from Kevin Naki. Don't screw it up. But, yeah, I mean, as you said, Zagara can definitely hold her own in the right situations, but she can easily get very overwhelmed. And going in, we are only level 5. It's a little bit of an experience advantage going the way here at Symbiote Gaming, so they are kind of leading the charge, but it's a small window because we just had 5 actually ding here for Vexx. It's right now just a PvE game. Everyone's just going for the seeds, but a little bit of an engage up top.
Yeah, a little bit of an engage up top, but not much doing there. I'm actually taking a look at the talents here to see what people are doing. And it looks like Zagara's going to be going for pushing. We have Gathering Power for Falstad, Bribe and Protective Shield for Brightwing, and Dance Your Pants Off and Superiority for ETC, which is kind of interesting.
Dance Your Pants Off, is that the minion one?
Yes, it is. It's the Minions Dance one, so I'm going to be paying attention to that, because Dance Your Pants Off is not normal.
Pro tip, straight from the desk of Total Biscuit, it works on mercs.
It works on mercs. There you go.
There you go. Yep. So watching night camps just dance as you slowly kill them. It's fun times.
That's good stuff.
The slow dance of death. But yeah, going back and forth into the Brightwing with the Bribe, especially with a very mobile healer with the Bribe, you can easily get in and out. And you can go deep into enemy lane, Zed right back out of it with your phase. And now you have a creep camp all because of that Bribe. It's definitely a very powerful tool, and I've been seeing it a lot now on Brightwings. It's like you see the Arthas with Envenom because it's extra utility, a little bit extra. Bribe right now goes a long way for a Brightwing.
That's absolutely right. And good job by Vexx there to get in, steal those Siege Giants out. Take a little bit of an extra advantage there and force Surreal Gaming to react to that. But Symbiote. And Symbiote, as you were mentioning before and alluding to, they have to have an Abathur every single game, right? Like, they're required by law to have an Abathur, correct?
The joke just doesn't work otherwise. I mean...
Yeah! I know, I'd be offended. All right, so... Not much doing here on everyone's front.
Zero kills apiece.
Yeah, just passively pushing back in lanes right now.
Yeah, a little bit of a scuffle up top. KO's not looking that healthy. I mean, anybody trying to 1v1 a Tychus, there's a reason he is picked and banned basically right off the bat in every game, because he is a very coveted pick, can easily 1v1 certain comps, and at the same time, even while he's running away, he can still wind you down, throw a grenade, and now you're inside his turrets. And it can be a bad situation, so not really too surprising to see Falstad having a little bit of issues with him. I mean, if he doesn't get the drop-off in those trades or the shields from Soldier, then it's not going to go his way.
And I want to mention as well, ETC has added loudspeakers to his talents. Loudspeakers, so increases the range and knockback of face melt by 50%. So everything is based around dancing pants off with loudspeakers right now. I'm scared to see what's going to happen from that.
It's going to be a veritable mosh pit. Anyways. Level 9 each. 6 forts, 0 kills. Definitely one of the slowest beginnings that I've seen in a game. Everybody is scrambling for the seeds, and in terms of that, it is Symbiote Gaming in the lead. 90-30. It's still nighttime, but once we do hit 10 more, they did change this map last patch. You have to either use that terror or lose the seeds, and the only reason you'd ever get the seeds is to use the terror anyways. KO, however, he's going to get actually a little bit dangerous, but still barrel rolls himself to see.
Yeah, nice little barrel roll there. And, of course, that terror is going to go against any enemies that would drop in here in a second. I heard a Brightwing Z there. No, and actually, wait. They went top lane. They went top lane with Nidus Canal.
What?
Hold on. Are you watching this?
What?
They're going right after the fort right now. They're actually just trying to go after the fort in Silhouette. Icebox is coming in, trying to do some damage. Bloodlust goes off from Rhaegar, but the keep has already fallen. The keep has gone down.
Are they just going for a win?
Yes, they are. And look at it. ETC's not taking any damage. ETC is not taking any damage at the moment.
What is going
Now he's finally taking damage. So he took the non-heroic damage so he can just stand in here and go after the core as quick as possible. That is some serious cheese, and they're down to about 20% on the core.
But, what? I need a minute. I need a day. What did we just see there, Kevin?
Aha! We saw Nidustorm instead of Maw for the first time in about 1,000,000 years. But a crazy backdoor attempt there. It has actually taken out a keep. By the way, wow. Okay, crazy.
I need to get these words out here. But, all right, Soldier, however, he's a little bit far forward. He's actually gonna get well, try to get nommed here by the Diablo, but he just kind of walks around in a circle and it's enough. Emerald Wind there from Mad Timmy is going to be able to keep that Tychus at bay, and they actually do keep Noodles alive. If you don't know the story of Noodles, you can ask Steve on Reddit, but Noodles is the Abathur at this point. If we're about to rewind into our get those ultimates back up, could we actually be going for a core kill?
Yes, that's what they're going to do. So as you saw, ETC actually took Stage Dive. He used Stage Dive so that way Zagara could come through and put down her Nidusworm in the top lane. And because ETC had all of his buffs, he was the first one in and started taking damage from the keep. But because he had superiority, which is 50% less damage from non-heroic targets, he was taking almost no damage at this stage of the game from the keep. When the rest of the people showed up, they were able to take it out super quickly.
Well, I see KO here. He's just kind of sitting there in the mid. I mean, Mad Timmy can just Zed in. We got the stage drive. There's the stage drive that gives the vision into the Nidus. He's going to go straight into this. The fly is now coming out. Here comes Zagara out of it. Phase shift from the right wing, I assume, is going to be popping out momentarily. And
that's it.
That's it. That's game.
That's GG. Stage dive plus Zagara OP. They're going to do some damage here, but it's not going to be enough. You see how little damage ETC is taking. And in 8.5 minutes, we have a win. We have a win for Symbiote.
One of the quickest games I've seen at the highest levels of technical alpha, and all we did was kill one fort and the core.
I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. All right.
That's
Symbiote, I get it. I get it, Symbiote. That was pretty well done. That's a crazy cheese play. Now everyone's going to be looking out for that. Hey, you want to go solo queue some games? Or you want to duo up? I think we got this. Let's go. Let's rise to the top.
I'm just going to plead the fifth and go to a break because I need to wrap my head around that at this point.
I know for a fact the community folks are watching, so Trixler, you have your task now. Nerf that. Whatever it was, nerf that. Woo! Okay, so that was a thing.
That was totally a thing. So
yeah.
Watch this other thing. Here you go.